Welcome to the Ponderous Brick Thinker. This is another installment in the sketch series. We're continuing with Fenestration C, the initial sketch, and in previous installments we have done a detailed examination of the potential of the original sketch. The panels were an experiment just to see if I can create place for some creativity in this rather rigid structure. And for the first color examination, it was just using grays, the light and the dark, to create a place for actual creativity there. And now it's time for the second color examination. There we go. And I am using primary colors. And I harken back to the initial modern art pieces that used the primary colors, and they had almost like a orthogonal pattern on a canvas, and the idea is to incorporate that piece of art into the actual structure and also to have it on the panels. It might be a little tricky to see if there can be such distinguish, or how does it look if it's all combined primary. In addition, it's a note, the panels are not going to be one large panel. It's going to be multiple primary colored panels to make the surface here, and in some cases they might appear on the art side. So the idea is to unify the art and the building and see how it looks. I have not yet created the art pieces. I want to see how the building looks first, or at least the structure, and that way I can assemble it so that it may be distinguished or maybe incorporated, and see where that goes. And I'm probably going to go more with this proportion, using the round instead of just completely all the 2x2 bricks. And I do have the quarter circle bricks. Let's see here, in yellow and red. I don't have it in blue, so I'll have to use the blue in probably more in the column structure. And here we go. There. So there is some organization in the I wouldn't say there's organization. It's just that it is, there's some organization to the proportion of the modern art pieces. To initial look, it might look haphazard. Let's see, how can I make this mix up? Because I only have two colors, and that's two. Let's see if I keep it red here. Oh, here. Now it's all yellow. Let's see how that goes. I'm going to look at this side because I need to put 1x2s to support the column. I need two of these, and then one red, one yellow. Put it there, there. Oh, that's all going to be all red. We'll see if that works. And okay, I only need the quarters for the capital area, and I haven't yet decided what I'm going to do with this portion here. I think I have it in red. Let me see here. Okay, so I don't have these curved plates. I do have 2x6s, but I think it'll be more interesting if I kind of compose them so that they're not solid pieces and they might have some color popping out where they are joined together to make a 2x6 piece. Like that. Let's see. Well, looks very primary. Let's see, and the other thing is, because there are going to be multiple panels, I'm going to need to make it almost continuous on this side, so that there are several places to latch onto those panels, or to the structure. And I do have red and yellow, but I have these in blue to face maybe this way. We'll see, because if I go it this way, I might not have... Oh, I do. Oh, but it does pop out. The studs do line up, but they pop out. So I might have to do this reverse so that there can be some detail on this side as well. Let's see. I'm going to have to probably pop one of those out. Does I have the white one close by? Not really. Okay, I'll just pop one out to see how much I need to how can I alternate this? Let's see. Okay, and then see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. And there's a lot of red on top. Let's see if I can alternate that a bit. And there. Okay. So this is the height I'm aiming for. But will it cooperate if I go? It won't, because it's a plate difference. So I'm going to have to count maybe a... So I just need a 1x2 plate, I believe, to put it on track. Do have blue, but I want to, might as well see yellow here. And this, are you back on track? No. Okay. Also no. Yikes. Okay. It is one of those, it's, the space between studs is, how do I say, a fraction of what it needs to be to complete it. So the other thing, it might be that there's no blue detail work on this side. Okay, let's see how many more it will take to get it back on track. Not quite. That much. The other thing is I can do... So instead of that yellow, I can go back to a blue bracket. Oops. So it's 5 plates in between. Okay. That might work. And then I would need to do... So I can have larger plates to kind of bridge that gap where this detail's at. I'm probably going to need to keep it... have the solid pieces on top and bottom so that can grasp onto the panels and the structure. So theoretically, I can put another one here. So here's 2. I thought I had 1x2 reds. Let me see. Okay, 1x2 reds. There. And they'll take the place of, oops, this one there. And then one more, make it red. Okay. The other thing is, does this work? Nope. They're not meant for that. So it might be panels directly on top of it, like a single stud detail brick, or have them hanging down like this. I'll probably go with single stud brick detail. Or I can even leave it like that, because it kind of looked nice there. We'll see how it looks all cut together. See if it reads well. Okay, so this one might just have one blue detail piece there. Let's see. Blue. Okay. So you have yellow. Oh yeah, this was an opportunity to have even this going on instead of just keeping it blue. And I think we'll see how that looks. Let me get another. few more 1x2 yellows, because I'm gonna need some for up here. And let's see, make it. And 2 more. Okay. Now is for the round 2x2s. There we go. Okay. So I just need 4 of them on each column. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So I'm also curious if I can discuss the fact that I don't have, oops, blue 2x2 rounds. There we go. Now is that too much? I think by having the blue in the center, it does help keep the red, I'm sorry, helps keep the blue up here with the other colors, except for here. So there'll have to be some more blue like that. See how that goes. Okay, and then there's this detailed let's see. There we go. So I just need 3. I'll make it yellow. And also, okay, so for the single stud brown bricks, I also don't have in blue. Goes on this side. So see what I can do with that. It's kind of looking very primal right now. Okay, and then the round single brick pieces here. How many? 5. Okay. I'll probably put the blue on this one. There was no blue in the smaller columns. Let's see, kind of it's felt lacking there. Okay. And then quarter circles. Okay. It's looking interesting. Almost looks like a retro build. Okay. Oh, it goes forward this way. Hmm. Okay. And probably yellow. Let's see, do I have... Oh, I have more blue. And I have red. Nope, I need to get yellow. Let's see. Okay. I think it should be here. I'll keep it lighter. And let's see. There. That there. Let's see. 1x4. That. Gonna break up the pattern of 2 and 4s. Okay. Oh, and then 2x6s. For the beams. Oh wait, let's see here. They go up. it might have been more appropriate if I had more blue of the same brick kind as the other ones, but I think it's there. Just to kind of put all the primary colors represented in all the parts of the structure as much as I could. Now I'm going to pause it here and kind of put up the panels and probably just show how the panels look without the art, and then do some art on that, and then we'll see how well it comes together. Okay, so here's the pause. Welcome back. Now this is with the panels installed. As you can see, there are some vertical pieces there where normally you don't have studs. So I added some what would be the art pieces just to keep them in place. But this is how it looks so far. By far the most I wouldn't say bright, but it's just so intense, I would say. Yeah, probably the most intense color experimentation so far. Okay, so now it's time for me to add some of the details here to kind of break up this. Still see some of the larger colors places, but see if I can subdivide it that it's more finer than what you see in the structure, so that there's some indication between the art and the building. This will probably be the smaller, maybe actually this up here. But see how much I can make it more intensify the the specks of color, even though they're just 3 right now. Okay, I'll be back. Alright, so this is the art side. And even though my camera monitor is rather small, it does look very jumbled, as if it were the the box of Lego pieces that have no rhyme or reason. I'll see how they look on the bigger screen, see if you can tell where each component is, or do they just all meld together, especially this side. In person, you don't really see a difference between the art space and the structure. You might be able to distinguish the shape of the cylinder and the 2x2 on a regular basis, and if there were more examples of more bays, then it would be easier to see that here's the structure, here's the arch. And then one more touch is the actual window. So I need to add, I think it was 2 of them or 3, let's see. Maybe one more. Here. So that way it can approach looking like an actual building. And this is one of the openings I have that doesn't require too much adaptation. And I also have enough for this side. But let me get just to put it on the ground. Thought it had more red quarters. It's fine. And the other, that reminds me, on the other side, you'll notice that there's no quarter circle details because it was it didn't look right. I think I just wanted to keep it orthogonal so that kind of fits with everything else. There are examples of curved pieces here, but it's not so obvious that they're round. And having it just on the surface of the art space, it would be kind of, where did that come from? And it's black. It still fits with the theme because the original artwork had the primary colors were surrounded by black. And come to think of it, I didn't see the image before, there were some white spaces. So white was incorporated in that art, and considering now, maybe the white would have given some breathing room so it's not as intense. But here we go. If you want to make an intense building, do the primary colors. Now that I added this, it does kind of make this, here's the boundary and here's the art, but then it also includes the structure. So you can have it where the structure has no, it doesn't share a color with the art, or you can try and mingle it, but maybe more like here's the blue and it's a solid blue, red, and then yellow. Very distinct places where the colors can be found. So let's see, what else can I see? And to make it more professional, it would be there would, every piece would relate to another piece, and that's how the professionals did it. That there is a deliberate proportion and line that connects them all together. Here it's more like just eyeballing it, trying to put all the colors having, equally represented in a certain place. Trying to use all the colors equally. So that's the intent for this one. But it can be more organized. You can have actual bands, more, precise locations of where the colors are going to be, and it could come out differently. I think I would have also changed if I had blue in the other pieces I needed. But we do what we do, or we do what we can, so that we can have something for our Lego people. Let's see. Now that I think about it, the Lego people, the original ones, have yellow skin, and this is yellow, so everybody else stands out from that from the primary colors, and yet, so it's just walking like into a room painted a tan color or another skin color. I don't know. But I think it's gonna be okay. Let's see how many more people I can fit. Like Z-Blob, it just melds into the green plates. The black really pops out, and also the white. So black and white would, they would just really pop out from this. The Navi, because they're still blue, but they're a different shade of the primary blue, so that it's not as, they're not hidden, or they don't meld with the background. Let's see. Okay, everyone came to the museum, but they're facing away from the art, I guess in protest. So that's an interesting thing. It's just, it seems so intense, I would say, just because, they're the primary colors. And other than the black and white, their color, the wardrobe, the skin tones, they're kind of off the primary, so they're not as saturated. Z-Blob is kind of being hidden. I don't know if it's just because it's the green plate. Let's see if I raise this one up. Yeah. As long as there's nothing like the green plate to disguise Z-Blob, you can see that character against the primary. Okay. So, a little bit of an announcement. I think this will be the last sketch in a while. I'm gonna start working on the castle so that, oh, it fell down. Oh no, where'd it go? Well, the castle series would be like castle updates, but they'll be edited. I'm gonna it's almost gonna be like a vlog, so that I can just record the progress of it, where I'm at, how I come to some conclusions, and where things came from, how things might have changed, and I might have gone in a direction, and be able to, adjust to new circumstances. But for now, this will be a pause on the sketch unless I need to figure out something else. Say, for example, a door, or I want to do something with a wall that I have not done before, and I just need to examine what kind of possibilities I have in order to progress from there. Is that all me? I think so. That's the first sketch. Sketch B, Sketch C. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So that's why I also gathered all the people here. Oh, yeah. Date addition, or recently. Yay, Shabaka came. Alright. So, this has been the Ponderous Brick Thinker. I'll see you in the future with some castle updates. And in the meantime, it will be learning from the pros. I haven't also decided if it's going to be on a regular schedule, or as soon as I have maybe 10 minutes worth of edited material that I post it, and then I continue with the learning from the pros. But also I do want to continue with learning the pros, so that way I can use some of the pieces in the castle designs. Nothing specific, but it's always great to have some extra pieces around. Alright, so this has been the Ponderous Brick Thinker. Thank you for stopping by. See you next time.